What if every challenge you face, every unexpected encounter you experience, and every gut feeling you sense is actually the universe making an effort to tell you something important? While you entertain that possibility, something remarkable is happening right now. The universe is sending you signals, messages, and guidance that most people never even notice. Imagine that every day you pass by chances, insights, and directions that could change your life forever, simply because you never learned how to recognize them. You've likely had those moments when everything lines up perfectly. A song on the radio speaks directly to your situation. You think of someone and minutes later they call. You take a different route home and discover exactly what you needed. Most people brush these off as coincidences. But what if there's so much more? In truth, the universe operates on frequencies and patterns that stretch far beyond what our physical eyes can see. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take sends a signal into this vast web of energy that surrounds us. Just as a radio must be tuned to the right frequency to receive a clear broadcast, you need to know how to tune in to the universe's frequency to receive its messages. The issue isn't that the universe has stopped communicating with you. The real problem is that modern life has taught us to ignore the channels through which that communication flows. We've focused so intensely on outer noise, distractions, and the relentless demands of daily routines that we've forgotten to listen for the universe's gentle whispers. Everything changes when you learn to recognize these signals, when you begin to understand the language the universe uses to communicate with you. Your entire life transforms. Decisions become clearer, opportunities show up more often, and you start living in harmony with forces much greater than yourself. The universe has been waiting for you to awaken to this truth, and today, that awakening begins. Before we dive deeper, subscribe to the channel. And if you're ready to open yourself to universal guidance and stop missing the signals that could transform your life, write, "I'm ready to receive," in the comments. That simple statement tells the universe you're prepared to recognize the messages it sends you. So, how does the universe actually communicate when it has no voice, hands, or physical form? The answer lies in recognizing that universal communication flows through patterns, synchronicities, and what most people label as chance. What separates those who receive clear guidance from those who feel lost is the realization that these patterns form a sophisticated language designed especially for you. The universe speaks through repeating numbers that grab your attention at meaningful moments. It communicates through people who appear unexpectedly when you need specific lessons or opportunities. It sends messages through unusually vivid dreams or sudden flashes of insight that strike when your mind is still. These aren't random events vying for your attention. They're coordinated signals crafted to guide you toward your highest potential. Think about how often you experience perfect timing that seems anything but accidental. You need information about something, and within days, 3 separate sources offer exactly what you were searching for. You're weighing a big decision, and suddenly everyone around you starts sharing stories about situations identical to yours. You feel stuck in one area of life, and unexpected opportunities begin pointing you in a new direction. This language also operates through your physical sensations. There's that sudden surge of energy when you consider a certain path, or the heaviness you feel when you contemplate choices misaligned with your growth. Goosebumps rise when you hear something that touches a deep truth inside you. Your body constantly translates universal signals into physical responses, offering you immediate feedback about your current options and direction. The universe also communicates through resistance and flow. When you move in alignment with your purpose, doors open easily, resources appear, and progress feels natural. Force yourself against your authentic path, and everything becomes difficult. Obstacles pile up, and you find yourself battling constant friction. What makes this language so powerful is its personal nature. The universe doesn't send everyone the same signals because every individual has a unique purpose, different lessons to learn, and specific contributions to make. Your signals are tuned to your consciousness, your present circumstances, and your readiness to receive guidance. The more you practice recognizing these communications, the clearer and more frequent they become. Why do some people seem to live magical lives where opportunities and guidance flow effortlessly, while others stumble through life without direction? The difference comes down to one fundamental skill: the quality of their attention and awareness. Most people spend their days on mental autopilot, their consciousness scattered across dozens of distractions, future worries, and replays of the past. In that fragmented state, universal signals pass unnoticed, like radio broadcasts a broken antenna can't pick up. When your attention is divided, you miss subtle clues, meaningful coincidences, and gentle nudges that could redirect your entire life. Developing focused awareness means being fully present in each moment, observing not only what's happening around you, but also what's occurring within you. It means noticing the quality of your thoughts, shifts in your emotional state, and the physical sensations that arise in different situations. This heightened awareness creates a clear channel through which universal guidance can flow. Present moment awareness also lets you catch the brief windows during which intuitive insights emerge. These flashes of clarity often last only seconds before the analytical mind jumps in with doubts and logical explanations. When your attention is trained and focused, you can recognize these insights immediately and act on them before mental interference clouds your perception. Mindful awareness turns ordinary experiences into sources of guidance. A casual conversation with a stranger suddenly reveals exactly what you needed to hear. A book opens to a page that addresses your current challenge. You notice patterns in your surroundings that mirror the patterns inside you, giving you valuable feedback about your mental and emotional state. This isn't about being hypervigilant or analyzing every detail of your experience. It's about cultivating a relaxed, open awareness that naturally recognizes when something significant is vying for your attention. Once you develop this skill, you'll discover that guidance is always available. You just hadn't been tuned in to receive it. The universe has been broadcasting on your frequency from the start, waiting for you to clear the static and listen. Have you noticed that certain environments instantly make you feel energized and alive, while others drain your vitality within minutes? This goes beyond physical comfort or aesthetic preference. You're experiencing the reality of energetic alignment, and understanding this principle is crucial for receiving clear guidance from the universe. Everything that exists, including your thoughts, emotions, and physical body, vibrates at specific frequencies. When your personal frequency aligns with your authentic purpose and highest potential, you become a clear receiver for universal signals. When you vibrate at lower frequencies, through fear, resentment, or disconnection from your truth, you effectively block yourself from receiving the guidance that is constantly being transmitted. Think about times when life felt fully aligned. Maybe you were engaged in work that energized you, surrounded by people who appreciated your authentic self, or pursuing goals that felt meaningful and exciting. During those periods, didn't solutions appear more easily? Didn't opportunities seem to find you instead of you having to chase them? That wasn't luck. You were vibrating at a frequency that naturally attracted conditions aligned with your growth and purpose. Conversely, when you act out of fear, obligation, or by ignoring your inner knowing to meet others' expectations, your frequency becomes chaotic and unclear. You can work harder than ever and see minimal results. You might chase opportunities that look good on paper, but leave you feeling empty. The universe responds to your energetic state, not your intellectual plans or social obligations. Energetic alignment also shapes how you interpret the signals you receive. When you vibrate in trust and openness, you naturally recognize positive opportunities and supportive guidance. When you vibrate in worry or scarcity, you can misinterpret neutral events as threats or overlook helpful opportunities because they don't match your fearful expectations. Your emotional state serves as a real-time gauge of your energetic alignment. Feelings of excitement, curiosity, peace, and enthusiasm indicate alignment with your authentic frequency. Sensations of fear, resentment, chronic stress, or numbness signal a misalignment that needs attention. The universe uses your emotional guidance system to help you navigate toward choices and conditions that support your growth. Maintaining energetic alignment requires checking in with yourself regularly. Which activities, relationships, and environments consistently lift your energy? Which patterns consistently drain you? Which thoughts and beliefs support your expansion? And which keep you stuck in limitation? These aren't abstract spiritual concepts. They're practical tools for fine-tuning your ability to receive and act on universal guidance. When you prioritize energetic alignment, life starts to flow more smoothly. The right resources appear when you need them. Conversations lead to unexpected opportunities. Your intuition grows clearer and more reliable. Instead of attracting people and situations that require you to sacrifice your truth for temporary gains, you draw in those that support your authentic growth. What if your emotions aren't random reactions to external events, but a sophisticated guidance system designed to help you navigate life with precision? Most people see emotions as discomforts to manage or suppress. Yet those who grasp their true function use them as a dependable compass to make decisions and recognize universal signals. Your emotional responses give you instant feedback about whether you're moving toward or away from your authentic path. That spark of excitement when you consider a new possibility isn't just a pleasant feeling. It's your inner guidance system confirming that this direction aligns with your growth and purpose. The peace that settles over you after making certain choices is no accident. It signals alignment with your highest good. Feelings like lingering anxiety, resentment, or the heavy sensation in your chest when you think about specific decisions are equally valuable signals. They warn you of misalignment, cautioning that those paths might pull you away from your authentic expression or compromise your well-being, even if logic suggests otherwise. Learning to trust these emotional signals, especially when logic argues the opposite, becomes a powerful tool for navigating complex decisions. Consider how often your gut instincts prove right, even when you couldn't explain why you felt a certain way about a person, opportunity, or situation. Your emotional guidance system processes information faster and more comprehensively than your analytical mind. It factors in subtle energy patterns, subconscious observations, and intuitive insights your conscious mind hasn't yet recognized. The key is learning to distinguish fear-based emotions from authentic inner knowing. Fear-based feelings usually feel constricted and urgent, accompanied by stories about worst-case scenarios. Authentic emotional guidance feels expansive, clear, and tethered to a sense of deeper truth that doesn't need elaborate justification. Emotions also amplify your ability to receive universal signals. When you feel genuinely excited about the direction of your life, you naturally notice synchronistic opportunities that support that path. When you operate from gratitude and appreciation, you attract experiences that give you even more reasons to feel grateful. Your emotional state behaves like a magnet, drawing in conditions that match your dominant feelings. That's why paying attention to your emotional patterns throughout the day offers invaluable insights into your alignment with universal flow. Do you consistently feel inspired and curious, or do you feel drained and resistant? Are your emotions nurturing your growth, or keeping you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you? Your emotional compass always points to the next step in your evolution, if you're willing to listen. Have you ever experienced an instantaneous knowing that proved completely accurate, even though you had no logical reason to believe it? That's your intuition in action, one of the most direct channels through which the universe communicates with you. Intuition operates differently from analytical thinking. While your mind processes information sequentially, weighing pros and cons and trying to predict outcomes, intuition taps instantly into a broader intelligence that factors in elements your conscious mind can't calculate. It's like having access to a massive database of information not limited to what you already know, but including what you need to know for your highest good. Most people struggle with intuition because they need to learn how to distinguish it from mental chatter, wishful thinking, or fear-based impulses. Genuine intuitive guidance often arrives with a calm sense of certainty. It doesn't argue or demand extensive rationalization. It simply offers information or direction that feels both surprising and somehow familiar, like remembering something you've always known on a deeper level. Intuition often communicates through sudden insights that appear out of nowhere. You might be wrestling with a problem, and then, while you're showering or walking in nature, the solution shows up fully formed in your awareness. You meet someone new and instantly sense whether that person will play an important role in your life. You're weighing multiple options, and one choice simply feels right in a way you can't explain, but fully trust. Strengthening your intuitive capacity requires making space for it to emerge. Intuition speaks most clearly when your mind is quiet and receptive. That's why many people receive their clearest insights during meditation, in nature, or while engaged in activities that relax the mind by occupying the hands. Regular practices that calm mental noise create more opportunities for intuitive wisdom to surface. The more you trust and act on your intuitive nudges, the stronger and clearer they become. Each time you follow an intuitive impulse and discover it has led you in a beneficial direction, you reinforce your confidence in this inner navigation system. Over time, you develop the ability to access intuitive guidance quickly and rely on it not only for life's big decisions, but also for moment-to-moment choices. The intersection of science and spirituality has never been more compelling in challenging our current understanding of how consciousness shapes reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza has spent decades researching how focused intention and elevated emotions can literally rewire our brains and alter our external circumstances, providing scientific validation for what mystics have taught for centuries about our connection to universal intelligence. Modern neuroscience reveals that our brains are far more plastic than previously believed. Every thought you think creates neural pathways, and repeated thought patterns become automatic programs that govern your life. When you continuously focus your attention on specific outcomes and maintain elevated emotional states, you're not just daydreaming, you're reorganizing your brain's neural networks to align with those possibilities. Quantum physics adds another layer to this understanding by showing that consciousness and matter are intimately connected. At the quantum level, the act of observation literally affects physical reality. This means your focused attention and intention are not merely internal experiences. They're active forces influencing the field of possibilities around you, increasing the likelihood that certain outcomes will manifest in your physical reality. The key insight is that the universe responds not just to what you think, but to the combined signal of clear intention and elevated emotion. When you can hold a vivid vision of your desired outcome while generating feelings of gratitude, excitement, or love, you create a powerful signal to which the quantum field can respond. This isn't about positive thinking or wishful optimism. It's about energetically aligning yourself with the reality you want to experience. That scientific understanding explains why some people effortlessly attract opportunities, while others struggle despite hard work. It's not about luck or privilege. It's about consciously directing your mental and emotional energy in ways that harmonize with the natural laws governing how consciousness interacts with physical reality. Practically, this involves becoming aware of your habitual thought patterns and emotional states, then deliberately choosing to think and feel in ways that match your desired outcomes. It requires stepping beyond your familiar personality and comfort zone, adopting new ways of being that reflect the reality you wish to live, as if it already exists. What makes this approach so powerful is that it works with universal principles rather than against them. Instead of trying to force results through willpower and struggle, you learn to align your consciousness with the creative forces that naturally transform possibilities into physical experiences. The universe isn't something separate you need to plead with or convince. It's the very field of consciousness in which you continuously participate through your thoughts, feelings, and focused attention. Most people live their entire lives running subconscious programs installed during childhood, never realizing they have the power to completely reprogram their mental and emotional responses. This conditioning not only shapes how you interpret events, but also determines which possibilities you can recognize and attract into your experience. Your subconscious mind functions like a sophisticated recorder that stores every experience, belief, and emotional pattern you encounter. These stored programs automatically filter your perception of reality, determining what you notice, expect, and how you react to different situations. If your conditioning is rooted in limitation, fear, or unworthiness, you'll continually attract experiences that confirm those beliefs, no matter what your conscious desires may be. Dr. Dispenza's research shows that by deliberately choosing new thoughts and feelings, we can literally rewire our brains. This isn't about suppressing negative thoughts or forcing positivity. It's about systematically replacing limiting patterns with expansive ones through consistent practice and repetition. The process begins with becoming aware of your subconscious patterns. Notice the automatic thoughts that surface when you think about your goals and dreams. Pay attention to your emotional reactions in different situations. Observe the way you talk to yourself throughout the day. Most people discover they're running programs of self-doubt, worry, and limitation that directly conflict with their conscious intentions. Mental reconditioning requires creating new neural pathways through repetition and emotional engagement. When you blend clear visualization of desired outcomes with genuine feelings of gratitude, excitement, or love, you literally install new programs in your subconscious mind. Over time, these new patterns become automatic, causing you to think, feel, and act in ways that naturally align with your goals. This inner work is essential for receiving universal guidance because your conditioning determines which signals you can recognize and trust. If you're programmed to expect disappointment, you might misinterpret positive opportunities as potential threats. If you believe you're unworthy of abundance, you might unconsciously sabotage beneficial situations when they arise. Breakthroughs occur when your new mental conditioning aligns with universal principles like growth, abundance, and possibility. Instead of battling your subconscious programming, you work with it by installing patterns that support your expansion and connection to universal intelligence. This isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice of conscious evolution. Every day presents opportunities to choose thoughts and feelings that elevate your consciousness rather than reinforce old limitations. As your mental conditioning changes, you'll notice that life responds differently. Opportunities appear more often, relationships improve, and challenges transform into stepping stones for growth. You're not forcing external reality to change through sheer power. You're changing your internal reality, and the outer world naturally mirrors that transformation. What if every obstacle you encounter, every setback that disappoints you, and every crisis that seems to derail your plans is actually the universe's way of calling you to your next level of growth and awareness? This perspective completely transforms how you navigate tough times, revealing the hidden opportunities within apparent problems. The universe operates through expansion and evolution, constantly creating conditions that invite you to develop new skills, discover hidden strengths, and align more fully with your authentic purpose. Challenges aren't punishments or random misfortunes. They're precisely calibrated invitations to move beyond your current limitations and step into greater versions of yourself. Think about the patterns in your own life. Haven't your most significant breakthroughs often emerged from your hardest periods? Job loss that forced you to discover new talents. A relationship ending that led you to deeper self-understanding. A health scare that motivated you to transform your lifestyle. Financial pressure that ignited your creativity and resourcefulness. These experiences were not random hardships. They were universal calls to action inviting you to cultivate qualities and abilities you would never have accessed otherwise. The universe uses challenges to shift your focus from external distractions to inner development, from seeking security in circumstances to building unshakable inner strength. What allows one person to thrive during hard times while others succumb to pain or defeat? The difference lies in recognizing challenges as communication rather than assaults. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" You shift from being a victim of circumstances to an active participant in your evolution. This doesn't mean adopting a passive attitude or pretending painful experiences aren't truly difficult. It means developing the wisdom to see that within every problem lies information about your next step. The universe often disguises your greatest opportunities as your biggest problems because it knows growth requires stepping outside your comfort zone. Challenges also serve as course corrections, redirecting you when you stray from your authentic path. Sometimes, what feels like failure or rejection is actually protection from situations that would limit your potential or delay your true purpose. The universe has a broader perspective on your life than your momentary desires and preferences. Learning to greet challenges as calls to growth requires developing trust in the underlying intelligence guiding your experience. This trust isn't blind optimism. It's wisdom gained from observing how challenges consistently lead to growth, new opportunities, and deeper understanding of your abilities. Once you embrace this outlook, challenges lose their power to derail you and become valuable allies in your evolution. Recognizing universal signals without action is like having a map, but never setting out on the journey. After you learn to recognize signals, cultivate intuition, and understand the language through which guidance flows, the next crucial step is developing the courage to act on what you receive, even when the entire path isn't visible. The universe operates through progressive revelation. It rarely shows you the whole journey from where you are to where you're headed. Instead, it illuminates the next step and trusts you to act on partial information. That requires becoming comfortable with uncertainty and developing faith in your ability to course correct as more information becomes available. Courage isn't the absence of fear or doubt. It's the willingness to move forward in spite of them. When you receive intuitive guidance to make a change, start a project, or reach out to someone, your mind instantly generates reasons it might fail, what could go wrong, and why you should wait for more certainty. Learning to act in the presence of these fears transforms your entire life experience. Trust grows through practice and evidence. Each time you follow your inner knowing and take aligned action, you gather proof that this guidance system works. Even when things don't unfold exactly as expected, you discover that following authentic impulses consistently leads to growth, learning, and new opportunities that wouldn't have appeared through logical planning alone. The universe responds to movement. When you take a step based on inner guidance, new information, resources, and opportunities, previously unseen from your former position, become available. This creates a dynamic relationship between your willingness to act and the universe's ability to support that action. Hesitation and overthinking often block this flow, leaving you stuck in familiar yet limiting patterns. Acting with courage also means trusting your ability to handle whatever arises from your actions. The universe doesn't lead you into experiences you can't handle. Every challenge that comes from following authentic guidance contains the seeds of the abilities you're ready to develop. The goal isn't to eliminate uncertainty, but to cultivate such confidence in your inner navigation system that you can move forward even when external conditions appear unclear. This creates a powerful partnership between your conscious intention and universal intelligence, granting you access to opportunities invisible to those who insist on controlling every variable before they act. As we reach the end of this exploration, one truth stands undeniable. The universe has never stopped communicating with you. Every day, you receive personalized directions designed to support your growth and authentic expression. Through synchronicities, intuitive nudges, emotional guidance, and the subtle language of energetic alignment. The question isn't whether these signals exist. The question is whether you're ready to step into an empowered version of yourself who recognizes them, trusts them, and acts on them with courage and confidence. You now understand that cultivating present moment awareness, maintaining energetic alignment, and honoring your emotional compass aren't abstract spiritual concepts. They're practical tools for navigating life with clarity and purpose. You've discovered how mental reconditioning can literally rewire your brain to perceive possibilities that were previously invisible to you. You've learned that challenges are not barriers, but invitations to develop new abilities and align more fully with your authentic path. Yet, without application, knowledge remains merely interesting information. Transformation begins when you incorporate these insights into your daily experience. Pausing throughout the day to check your emotional guidance system, paying attention to patterns and synchronicities around you, trusting your intuitive knowing, even when it challenges your logical mind. The universe works through partnership, not dependence. It provides the signals, but you must develop the awareness to receive them and the courage to act on them. It offers opportunities, but you must be energetically aligned to recognize them and brave enough to embrace them. Starting today, you have the chance to live as someone who recognizes universal signals, trusts inner guidance, and moves through life with the confidence that comes from knowing you're supported by intelligent forces far beyond what you can see. The universe has been trying to reach you all along. Now you know how to answer the call.